Before we begin, we want to give a brief shout out to our patrons, Jonathan Hughes, Hunter Hughes, and Joe Zeman. Now, on with the show.
Rolling in the Mist is a series with fantasy violence, mentions of gore, and worst of all, cussing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome everyone to an exciting new season of Rolling in the Mist, Odd Loot's actual play City of Mist podcast. I am your master of ceremonies, Kevin Carpenter, and joining me today in video are...
Jason playing Leland Myers.
And...
Ryan Bravo playing Logan Hererro.
And...
Pablo Milla playing Marty Blanc.
And...
Bex playing... Corey Vidales.
Fantastic. Alrighty, so
And that's because of you.
This is because of you, audience.
Fans and fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love it. I love it.
He's already in character.
All right, back to you.
So,
Come on, let's keep it.
to returning fans of Rolling in the Mist, welcome back. Same city, Eden City. New main characters. Same people, though, behind the table, except for our new introduction. Everyone, please welcome Bex to the Odd Loot table.
Hey guys.
So yeah, new characters, same city, same game. Also, new materials. We've got great new player cards, City of Mist dice. Show them to the camera, make them look all pretty and all that.
I didn't have my jacket on. I just put the jacket on.
Oh, I thought you were wearing that like every session, like for season 1, all audio.
Air conditioning.
I just put it on just to come to the door and take it off. Take it off. Yeah. The jacket.
Oh, just like your entrances. Boom! There it is. Anyways.
Blappies.
So nice. And look at those cards. Look at so nice.
For those who are newly joining us, Rolling in the Mist is a City of Mist actual play. Used to be podcast. You can see or listen to.
This is still a podcast.
Still kind of, yeah, still a podcast.
No, it's still a podcast. Yeah,
It's
just
an all-cast
It's a
now.
video
All-cast.
podcast.
It's video
That's media.
Technically.
It's a both cast? I don't know.
There's a lot of different
Well,
ways that
actually,
we can
these
label
questions
what we do here.
We got video.
We got video. We got video now, and we're starting a whole new season. If you haven't listened to the first season, you don't have to, but you should because it's fantastic.
You'll get to see the kind of play style you're going to expect from us.
Hell yes. And speaking of playstyle, let's get right into it.
Posters.
Real quick, we already did our session 0, which you can find exclusively on Patreon. But just for session 1, let's just go around the table and just kind of give like a brief kind of like... Actually, no, when you guys introduced yourselves, you already said the names of your characters, didn't you?
What do you want?
Yeah, so...
I
No, I love you. You're already in character. You're a smart ass, and I love it.
No, actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna switch that up because here's the thing: we're gonna do this a bit more dramatically. I want to introduce you guys one-on-one. I want to show you, want to introduce you guys in your element. So let's get right into the game. Before we get right into the game, though, does anyone have any questions? Any rules questions that you guys didn't see over PDF? Anything we need to? All right, fantastic.
Jesus.
Welcome to Eden City, everybody.
Chris is still our audio
Chris
guy.
is about to do a spit take all over the
and
board.
he's like, did you just smack the goddamn table?
Excellent. Just we're all in
Yeah.
the splash zone.
Yes.
We're gonna look in that way, and it's just like his ears are bleeding.
Yeah.
It's like, you all right there, Chris?
Yes, I'm
Chris, serious audio question.
Yeah.
Can you hear this awful clicking I got going on in my skull?
Oh God.
I could hear that.
Dude.
Oh no! Yeah, I know.
Well, that's because you're really
Make
going
sure you're
for
talking-
it.
Well, yeah, but like, see what I mean? Yeah. Trying to turn out of my neighborhood onto the main street is the worst.
Okay.
It's like the turning signal.
Damn, it's getting loud.
Can you work that into the snap clapping so it's just like all around? It's just a
She's talking about That's not scoliosis. Yes.
Pablo, your need for a massage later. Just wanted to quickly introduce our behind the scenes guy, Chris. He's going to be doing all the stuff behind the scenes with us.
This is our setup.
Yep. Alrighty, so before I get too sweaty, let's start the game.
I mean, same.
Oh, on, Jesus! Is that what the mist is? It's the fucking perspiration.
It's
Just the perspiration.
Carpenter.
Oh god.
Salty. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, go for it.
All season.
Mist hangs on the streets within Eden City.
It's just so gross to think now.
It's all sweat.
It's hanging down.
It's the sweat
It's
of the
just-
populace.
God being like heaven, and all you see is just into the world.
Yes.
That's his power.
It just sticks it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just imagine a city full of people just kind of going about their like daily lives, just waking up, trying to get to work on time, coming back and just, doing, whatever it takes, a pack of smokes or, 6 straight hours of video games, whatever it is to get to the next day. But as, each person is just going about their daily commutes, there is just that like the sweat and blood of everyone just trying to work through the next day, and all that sweat and perspiration just kind of comes together.
It's like misty.
Starting to get an idea of what one of the main themes of this season is
And
going to be.
vinegary.
Sweat. Salty.
blood.
We live in Georgia now.
Sweat,
Georgia.
musty, vinegary smell.
Humid, sticky lives.
Reminds me of Eden City.
What I'm trying to say is that most of the city lives under this cloud of perspiration that is the mist, shielding their eyes with its salty sting from seeing the truth of the world, that many of the residents within the city hide a legend within themselves. But there are a few people within the city, some whom we've met in season 1, and some who we are excitedly going to be meeting this season, who have decided to break out of that system, to seek their own destinies and get in touch with who they are truly inside. And by that I mean pursue a life of crime.
I gotta get something like guys are born to be
Got him.
criminals.
You guys were born. You guys were not. Here's the thing: criminals not born; they are made. That's a statement for you.
Message.
But no, but here's the thing: in Eden City, yes, there is a criminal underworld. There is organized crime of large crime families who are, setting up everything behind the scenes, and then there is the, the little crime of the people just trying to get by, same as everyone else, muggings in alleyways.
That's a little crime.
I mean,
Murder.
It's all crime.
Dude, if murder is like
The little crime.
what the hell goes on in this city?
Little crime is all the pixies. It's just all the pixies
Yep.
doing stuff.
Like normally I'd be like, well, not, but no, Eden City, yeah, like back alley murder is kind of like a small crime compared to like all the rest of the
Is this my
stuff.
hero origin?
Back alley murder is a small crime in Eden City.
Oh yes.
Oh my God!
It's like Gotham City.
This
man.
is like Gotham. Who chooses to live here?
You spend an entire season here, bud. I don't know what you're surprised about.
we had to
We
strive
met a
to be number
homeless
one
guy.
at
I'm a
something.
for punishment. What'd you say?
We had to strive to be number
met a
one at
homeless guy.
something.
So I think I know where you're going with this. There's the big crimes, the little crimes, and then there's
the
There's us.
the magical crimes.
there's the magical. Oh, okay.
mystical.
I didn't know where he was going with
The
that.
mystical crimes, the unforeseen crimes, the crimes that even if all the details were brought to a normal court, it would be impossible to prosecute. For the crimes that you all are committing are crimes of the mist. Da-da-da.
And as opposed to organized crime, it's very, very disorganized
Especially
crime.
with us, particularly.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's our
This
MO.
crime is apparently disorganized.
Disorganized crime.
We're talking about like the broad waves of crime and like, that on like a very like city level, but I think we kind of need to like zoom in on the streets and like meet our criminals personally. And I think there's no better pair of criminals for us to be introduced to this season than a hulking figure wearing a very furry coat and almost comically a much smaller figure compared to this man, somewhere around the height range of like 3'4" or something like that.
4 feet 3 inches.
You know what? I'm doing too much explaining. Bravo, Jason. Please introduce your characters to us.
You wanna go first?
Yeah. And Logan right now is just kind of like squirting like an almost empty bottle of ketchup on like one hot dog, and he like reaches up as high as he can to give it to Leland.
Are we together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys- I'm gonna say, with that bit of thing.
Like
you guys,
this is what I'm like. I'm throwing this in. We're together right now.
you guys are standing out on a city street in the middle of Eden City. You guys are like right next to like a hot dog cart, as you guys just bought some new hot dogs.
Oh, damn. Okay. I had something else planned, but I'll go with this. Okay. All right, and I just take it. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. One more, please.
The guy ignores you like real quick before like you kind of like hop up a little bit. He goes, okay. And he gives you another hot dog.
And I give him like, how much are the hot dogs?
There's a character voice.
No, I'm asking him as well.
How much are the dogs?
One more,
Oh yeah,
please.
each dog is 3 gold. There's no currency in City of Mist. It's just a dog.
I was gonna make a joke like, man, look at these prices are getting so expensive.
Actually, no. These are $5 hot dogs.
Fuck!
In City.
If there's no currency in Eden City, why is there so much crime?
He's got you there.
Hey, we'll get there when we get there.
What are we gonna rob?
Coats.
Material.
Session 0. Go to our Patreon.
0.
He's like, okay, so I put it in. He's like, excuse me, sir, but I have some. Do you have any more ketchup?
The guy looks at you and goes like, "Oh, sorry, we're fresh out there, little guy." But yeah, we got some mustard, mayonnaise, all that for you. And he kind of looks over to your friend, who's just, I imagine,
I'm just staring at you.
staring
I
at
got a
him.
scar right down here, just looking at you, like just holding this hot dog.
It's like tiny.
It's like this is the hot dog. This is my hand.
It is comical, just like the sheer difference between you two. Just like looking from you to like, there's literally like he has to like he makes the same Pablo neck crack as he goes from looking down to like looking up.
Then I'm like, he's like, well, I don't want anything that's not good, so it's fine like this. Thank you. And I just, and on my hand it's way bigger.
I reach into my coat. I just kind of throw whatever change he needs, and me and him start walking to an alley.
Yeah.
And in that alley is a person that looks like they've been previously beaten up that I'm going back to.
You're on your lunch break.
And like as I'm like just it's another day. I've seen this before. And I'm like, so what this guy do now?
He owes money. Now like I get up to him like not a hard slap, but like a couple like wake him up.
Yeah.
I'm like, wake up.
So this poor man. I
don't know if he was a bad man. Or a good man.
I mean, we don't know if he was a bad man. He's in this like sleazy suit. He's balding. He has like
Pablo.
he has a pencil thin mustache. Pablo isn't balding. I don't think.
No. I meant like his character, not Pablo.
Pablo's gonna angle his head now away from the camera.
That one was towards the casting director.
No, it's all real.
So this man is just beaten up in the middle of this alleyway, and he's like you slap him mid-awake. He goes, what do you want? What do you want from me?
And I'm like, just look at you. You're gonna pay up now.
What?
Mr. Olympus wants his money.
Thanks for the hot dogs, by the way.
No problem.
we robbed him.
His eyes go wide when you mention Mr. Olympus, and he's just like, I'm
gonna wait no more.
I'll get the money. I swear, I just don't have it on me right now.
Get it today, or I'm coming back. I'm gonna finish what I started.
Give me a Let's just do like a roll to intimidate the hell out of this
Got
guy.
it. So
What
I'm gonna
pass
use
are you using?
facial scar,
Okay.
tough as nails,
First roll of the season, ladies.
toughest guy in town,
Okay.
and
Because you already beat him to death.
can I use eye for an eye?
You gonna take out his
Eye for an eye. What is he taking from you?
It's taking my time.
No.
It's a good try.
Can I use my fist then? 'Cause I am kicking the shit out of him.
No, you're kicking the shit out of him. Yeah, of course.
I got 4. And then
There's still a bit of his blood on your fist.
Time is currency.
I will use the weakness tag though, memorable face. Because he's gonna remember me.
Yeah, he is gonna remember you.
So, just let you know, I'm using toughest nails, facial scar, toughest guy in town, my fist, but I'm also using weakness tag memorable face because he's gonna remember me at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
this is what you're built for, is intimidating
So
the
you
hell
get
out of
plus
people.
3 and you get to market.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice.
Fuck, and it wasn't for those 3, man.
That is an attention.
Okay.
Too bad, no fault.
Okay, he turns to you and he goes like, okay, listen. I don't have the money on me right now. At least not in this alleyway. Okay, man. Okay, all right. I can't just give it to you right now. But I know how Mr. Olympus can get his money like real quick. Okay. All right. Just
Let me see your hand.
he shows you his hand.
And I just kind of go like this,
Uh-huh.
and I just squeeze all 4 fingers together.
Yeah.
Get it soon.
Yeah, like this man like just screams bloody murder in the middle of the alleyway. There's like a single person that like walks at the end of the alleyway, sees this.
And they look at him.
Tuesday.
As they're looking at me, I look at him.
How you doing?
And then I'm like with the hot dog still going like.
And then I take a bite out of him. I have it like 2 feet. Like that.
The man at the end of the alleyway just kind of tips his hat and just keeps going.
That guy sucks. That guy sucks. Again, he sees this comically large man and this comically small man.
Dude, like, just imagine, I based this whole look off Brock Lesnar. So just think of Brock Lesnar beating the shit out of someone like that. Would you really want to mess with that guy? And this is young Brock when he's like,
Yeah, he was just a walking massive
like
muscle.
his neck and his shoulders just became a solid piece.
Oh my god.
That was a running gag with this guy. Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I spend my Tuesday.
Yeah.
Good.
So this guy turns to you and goes, I don't have the money. But I can do things. I can do favors. You know, I could do things for you if you need me to, you know, like do anything, like need me to do a job or something like that. If you need me to beat up a guy, I'll do it.
And I just say,
Give me your wallet.
What?
Your wallet.
But I don't have the money in there. I told
Give
you.
me your wallet.
He just hands you his wallet.
I take his ID,
I know where you live. I know who you are. I'll be seeing you soon.
and we just start walking.
But before hold on. What, you think you could do a job?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a job right now. That's kind of part of the problem. But I if you give me a chance, if my name's Ricky.
Can he really talk like this after I just broke 4 of his fingers?
You didn't break his mouth.
Yeah.
You want me to break your 4 fingers and see how well you're gonna be talking?
You get a look at this guy and you kind of get a sense that this is not a new thing for him.
Oh, that poor guy.
He's kind of
that poor guy.
I feel bad.
you just start to notice like little scratches and bruises here. He has a black eye, and you just recall like you didn't give him that black eye. You actually gave him the other black eye. Like he has
Evened out the set.
Now he's a raccoon.
What was his name?
Ricky. My name's Ricky. I can do jobs for you. I'm good. I'm good a lot. I mean, I don't really have any like really like marketable skills, hence why I'm not able to like get a job. But I can do stuff. I can go into
Ricky?
Yeah.
Shut up for a second, okay?
Oh, do that one more time. There you go.
Oh, that was good.
Ricky. Now you've already met my very good friend over here. That look.
And I'm just like, just giving you a dirty look.
Obviously.
Oh, you guys are friends? That's nice. How'd you guys meet?
Crying.
And I'm like, that's not the issue here. Look, I don't know what you can do. Obviously, my friend over here could practically fold you into pieces. What can you do? You said you have skills. What skills?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I have a very large internal storage capacity. I know this for a fact. I've used it in the past. That is one skill that I have that I can't exactly put on resumes, but if you need something stored inside a body, I can do that. I can also I can go.
And I'm like, look, I need to say that. I'm looking at him like, the fuck?
We're trying to comprehend what he's saying.
I am not in the scene.
Yeah, no.
He looks between the two of you and goes, do not. If you need to put something on my butt, you can put it just like get across the.
And part of me is like,
God.
I thought he was like another rift, and I was like, so what you're telling me is that you have a very big anal cavity?
I mean, it can be very big. It's not normally
Look.
very big. That's kind of the.
5 seconds to get out of my face.
Look, before you do that, you have every right.
I'm getting mixed signals here.
We're doing a thing.
Oh, is this like good cop, bad cop, but like not cops at all? Like,
and no, when he says that,
should I be running?
he's like, what? That was good. He's like, don't worry, you'll be out before 4. Is it 4 counting? You know, who knows? What I want to ask you is, looks like you're a guy who's pretty much on the street. Do you have any important information, any valuables, any possible thing?
Listen, man. If I had valuables on me, I would have
No, obviously you don't have valuables. I never said the count of 4. I said in 4 seconds.
2.
And he just starts running. He just immediately starts. He just books it.
I'm glad he caught out. I skipped the number. I was getting really annoyed. Like, all right.
No, I love it. He's like, you said 4. I'm just like, I never said the count of 4. I just said 4 seconds.
He leaves, and you guys
kept his ID, didn't you?
By the way, his ID is like my hands are so big.
Yeah.
It's a little.
He's like, we really got to work on this routine.
ID is the size of a tortilla. Actually, a regular ID.
Yeah.
I just kind of put it in my my really super enlarged coat. Just throw it in there and just start walking.
I imagine there's just a ton of IDs in there.
It's like
IDs and identification cards, driver's license, passports, everything I got.
A pass for the train.
I got a Metro card.
Metro card, a Costco card. He's like, well, Leland, it seems we have to get better at this interrogation thing. Maybe you should give him to the count of 10 next time.
No.
Well,
And we just start walking.
You guys start walking, and as you do,
I want to say, so Leland, did you pay the rent?
No.
And as I'm walking away, I look into my sack real quick as we're walking away.
you guys are walking away. The thought of money on your mind, as it's a cloudy day in Eden City as it normally is, but not like a dark one that would show signs of rain. But as you begin walking down the street, you hear thunder off in the distance as we go to another side of the city, to near the blue collar residential district, to a used car lot, or is it a brand spanking new car lot?
I believe you're trying to take us to Eden Auto Dealers, which is new cars, new and used.
So the camera shoots across the streets toward Eden City Auto Dealers. A nice-ish car dealer, nice-ish with some nice-ish cars out in the parking lot, of course, with the better ones out in the line with the bigger ticker prices. And as a few people are like looking around the cars, there is one person prowling the lot with a mission on his mind. Pablo, what does Marty Blanc look like? Marty Blanc, and what is he up to?
As we yeet over to the lot and we see like the camera goes under maybe like a Maserati or something, and we got nice. That's the nice. And then over there's the ish. That's the ish section over there. Under a Maserati, whatever, you see some polished. You see some polished black shoes, and the camera goes on up these nice slacks and cuts away as we see some coif of black hair being firmly, thickly, thoroughly palmed. Oops, excuse me. Palm. I hit the mic. Never mind. So does that and straightens his silver fox pendant to face outward, hanging from his neck. You see Marty Blanc, handsome as sin, devilish smile, car salesman, almost characteristically sharp, symmetric, and poised as ever, walking around and scanning the crowd, looking over at the ish section. He sees maybe a family of 4.
A lovely family of 4. Husband, wife, daughter, son, just the picture perfect nuclear family. Looking around the ish section, of course, not really picture perfect because the kids are being kids and being assholes. Like they're in a car lot, which is one of the most boring places a kid can be in. We can't drive these. What is this?
Yeah. So he sees them. He sees the kids like kicking at the tires because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. He sees them. He scrolls over to the nicer used car section where he sees a portly man just like waddling around it, kind of also looking haphazardly at it, not really knowing what he's looking at. Then he looks at the nicer cars, and he sees a man dressed not unlike himself, who looks like he comes from money. And so he starts analyzing each of these three sections, these three people that he could possibly go do his thing with. And I think he lands on the family of 4.
Interesting choice.
And goes in, after some quick, he's like, all right, let's make the magic happen. And he walks over and he talks to the dad. Hello, sir. Regular day on the lot for you and the family? Couldn't afford tickets to Disneyland, I take it.
The dad turns to you and goes, everything's getting expensive these days. We'd have to take a plane to Disneyland, of course. But we're this isn't really for vacation. This is for like actually getting around.
Nonsense! I come here every day just for the fun of it.
What?
Absolutely. This place is better than Disneyland. This place has got the candy, the shine, the fun, everything you need. And don't tell anybody, but there is also some magic candy behind the counter of the receptionist's desk. Oh, whoopsie, I've said too much.
The kids like immediately freak out and go, magic candy, I want magic candy. You hear the daughter go, I want magic candy, I want magic. And they just immediately start chanting. And the mom, who just looks so done, just gives you like this hateful glare.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I've said too much. I guess they'll have to be, whatever, the cat's out of the bag. I guess you might find them hidden under the spa brochures that are also with discounted coupons put in between the pages there on the counter corner of the reception desk. Go talk to Lucille. I've said too much.
The mom like narrows her eyes and then looks at the husband and goes, you know what we're here to buy. Come on, kids. And she takes the kids into the actual dealership.
I wink at her.
Yeah. She does not wink back.
The Blanc, the husband just punched him.
I wink at him.
Yeah. The husband gives you like a weird look and goes, all right, well, anyway, we're looking at this, real modest, reasonably priced.
The
minivan.
modest Winnebago. Isn't that a minivan? I don't know anything about cars.
I'm Pablo, the used car salesman. That's a car?
That's a car.
Did you say that in character?
No. I said that to you as Pablo.
Pablo.
I'm asking if a Winnebago is.
It's a Winnebago.
All right, a station wagon. They're looking at a station wagon.
They're looking at a station wagon.
Looking at a station wagon. Ah, yes. Always the calling card of the family man. This station wagon here, 1997. Good year, actually. You have less miles on it than you'd think. But, well, that's not the... never mind.
This car is 24 years old?
Yeah.
Huh.
Couldn't tell, could you? But the real special thing about this car... never mind.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're really...
Son of a bitch. I'm doing a thing here. Come on.
And he ain't biting,
man. He ain't biting.
Yeah, there's just a moment where he's just like going back in his field. It's like, anyway, my wife told me that, gets a lot of like good miles, it'd be great for, like taking the kids to like practice and all that. So, we're really just, looking for some affordable.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. My cousin's a family man, just like you. Remind me a lot of him, better looking, but,
thank you.
No, he's a mess. And
I guess that's less of a compliment.
Well, no. You remind me of my family. Anyone here coming to Eden Auto Dealers is my family. That's why that's why I work here. Family means a lot to me, and I can tell it means a lot to you too, just like my cousin. And sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional here. It's just
if you need a moment.
No, sir, please. I'm a consummate professional, but you remind me a lot of Jimmy. Jimmy's a good kid, and he's got
Jimmy.
a lot. My cousin.
Oh,
yeah, he's got actually 3 kids. So one more extra bag under the eyes. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I understand.
He's talking to me all the time about vacations that he wants to take with his kids, and he has a car not unlike this one, but it's actually more like that model over there. And I point him to a similar but like newer, more polished, more expensive.
Okay.
Car that looks very similar, but it's got more storage capacity. It's also got a frunk.
A frunk? What's a frunk?
It's a front trunk.
What?
And then I pop out keys, throw them over the back of my neck, like roll them down my thing, like
there's
pop
a crick.
There's a crick as I do it. You heard it? Shit. Roll it down, and as I crick, I pop it off and I catch it back in this hand, and I
You do a Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah, with my keys. With the keys.
That just sounds like opening a car with extra steps.
There's non-diegetic sound you hear. And I do that really quickly, and I nudge the vehicle with my elbow, and the front pops open.
Oh.
Yeah.
We do need a lot of storage space during vacation. It's like the kids need to bring everything, and so does the wife.
Absolutely. And what better thing to do than with a frunk and a trunk? And I pop the trunk, and I see that there's 2 trunks, one in the front, one in the back.
The man goes, I don't know. I'm gonna need with all of this the convinced roll, pretty much. Tell me what
change the game.
Roll for frunk.
I am trying to convince. I'm gonna go
car dealership. Wish they had fucking power.
Marty Blanc is those like straw men car salesmen they put in the Carvana ads.
Yeah.
So, with all the flattery, making him sound like a good guy, someone who really cares with his family and everything, I'm using my hypnotic seduction on him this whole time. Oh. So I'm using that power tag from my magical trickster. I did wink at him.
You did wink at him.
With that, I activated the magic of the power of hypnotic seduction, and then of course pretty much got to use all the Globetrotter thing, so he pays attention to the suit, tailor-made suit I'm going to use, cunning haggler, and turn on the charm. That's 4, and he keeps trying to be like, no, I go away. I was like, no, I totally understand. I keep trying new tactics, perseverant, on my other logos, and I think that's all that I can really do here.
Yeah, normally I would fight a roll that's gone up to +5, but this is literally like what your character is made for, so let's do it.
And none of these weakness tags apply.
Yeah.
Oh, let's say like
no. I'm looking at them. There's nothing that.
Yeah, this is literally your element.
This is what I do. So +5 to this.
And then a bird shits on his
Still gonna get snake eyes.
Still gonna get snake eyes.
9. Oh my
9
God.
+5, baby. That's
14.
Wow.
14.
Jesus.
He buys 2 cars.
He buys both.
His wife is not happy, but she has her own car.
Yeah, you are about to get like the sale on the newer car, and he's like, at one point he's just like, my wife was really set on the other car though, and like I think at one point you're just like, why not both? Cut to like an hour later, the most pissed off housewife in the passenger seat as the most like happy like husband is driving away with one van. Actually, no, she wouldn't be in the passenger seat because she would have to drive the other car. So it's like one car leaves with like the happiest dad, another almost identical car except with less features rolls off the lot.
He drove off the new one. She took the shit.
Had like the wooden paneling on the sides and everything.
And I wave as she drives out the lap. So he goes, he's like behind. And as I see her driving off, I go, say hi to Jackie at the spa for me, Mrs. Smith.
She 100% flips you off before driving away.
You too.
Kids in the back seats. She flips you off.
And then I want to do this because that was exactly what I do. I did my thing, and then I stand at the edge of the lot watching them, and we can do this on camera now. I see them go, and I was like, "Love you too," and I put it away. And then he puts his hands proudly on his hips, and he just goes, "Love you too," and walks back. Just like you see the depression climb. He takes off his facade of salesmanship, and the real Marty kind of comes through, and the pure dissatisfaction.
Yeah. This isn't what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, with his life comes shining through.
And as you walk back to the lot to see if that man in the nice suit is still there, and maybe you could like sell off one of your used Teslas.
Or Meslas in this world.
Are you about to pan out?
You hear a peal of thunder as we pan out.
Oh, no, say you don't want that. That's a convertible. And then pan out.
As we pan out of the city center and toward the hills outside the city.
Beautiful transition.
A very large yeet as we go to the hills outside the city, looking down, honestly, at the city itself, where there are many different mansions with all of their different like large properties and fences and guards to keep the common people away. But there is one mansion that is at the very top of this hill, looking down on all. A mansion that is housed by a very notorious family within Eden City. A name that is as powerful as they are. The Olympus family. Inside this large mansion, filled to the brim with, goons, fine art, statues,
Fine goons.
Goonish art.
There's some artistic goons. There's actually a statue of the Mona Lisa. It's a statue of art.
And the statue of the Mona Lisa goon.
There's actually a painting of a statue, and there's like a goon stealing the statue.
Okay.
Anyway, as we pass by all the art, statues, goons, and all the different combinations thereof.
All the play on words.
Yes. We enter a large boardroom with inside is a large table made out of just the nicest mahogany. It enriches the room with its smell. And we see quite a few people seated there. But on one end of the table, the end that is not for the head of the family, but rather for the opposite end of the family, sits someone who is a newcomer to the family, actually. Bex, could you describe your character for us?
Yes, so I wanted to set it up. She's in a high-backed chair.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is lovingly stroking the head of a growling and kind of drooling, scary-looking Rottweiler. In the other hand, she's holding a cigarette holder. She is a elegant, although somewhat small, woman. A little bit round, with features very similar to, think of like a platinum Betty Boop. She wears a sparkling floor-length.
If I must think of a platinum Betty Boop, I will.
Yes. She's wearing a sparkling floor-length gown. She has her fluffy, like, mink. And after she's done petting her dog, she quickly makes a phone call. What, you mean he ran away? Well, did you break all of his fingers? Well, you should have gone for the leg. Call me back in an hour. I want an update. Okay, anyway.
So this is a Wendy's?
So you take this phone call before this meeting is about to begin, and there's still some like dirty glare sent your way, but the meeting hasn't started in earnest. The people in this room, by the way, it is important to say that they are all rifts, and you know that they're rifts, they know that you're rift, and so everyone in the room can see your Doberman? Rottweiler. Yeah. Your Rottweiler has 3 heads as he sits next to your chair, and all 3 heads are just kind of like laying on the floor. Exactly. Yeah. It's dog panning, but like times 3.
Yeah.
There are a few other very important people at this table. There is Donnie Suss. He is wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's got tan skin, long black hair. He's got multiple rings on his fingers. And also he has like a wine bottle and wine glass next to him that only he is drinking. This is not like wine that was like on the table. He brought this himself.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Making connections now.
Yeah. Donnie Suss, he's the guy that runs the nightclubs and the drug trade in the city. That's what he does with Olympus.
Businessman.
Yeah.
I'm just a man doing business.
Donnie Suss.
Donnie Suss.
Legendary.
Across the table from Donnie Suss is Simon Ocean, an older man with a long gray beard, a button-up shirt that's been like that's like unbuttoned like halfway down, so you just see this like full mane of like gray hair. Yeah. And yeah, he's wearing sunglasses like indoors, and you're honestly not sure whether he's like paying attention or whether he's just like using that as an excuse to sleep. But yeah, Simon Ocean, he's the one that runs like the docks and like smuggling groups for the family.
Imports and exports.
Yeah, imports, exports, you know, dock unions, all that. Yeah. And then on the other side of the table, the head of the family is not here yet. But there are two women who sit on either side of him. The first one is Juno Olympus, the wife of the Allfather, and a woman who one handles the family's finances and two hates your guts. She hasn't liked you. She hasn't liked you from the moment you came into this like situation. But even now, like as she's talking to the woman, you know, across from her, she's still like occasionally like passing like bad glares at you, and also your dog. She doesn't like that you brought your dog here. But what a bitch. Yeah, Minerva's, you know, like an older. Sorry, not Minerva. Juno. Juno is the one who hates your guts.
Oh, okay.
Juno has like longer red hair, but is like an older woman, like probably like in her 60s. But that like.
Okay. Where they dye their hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that like nice looking old, where it's like, oh, you've had the money to take care of yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a Julie Andrews kind of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Old money glow.
Yeah, old money glow. Right.
And across from her is the name I said earlier, Minerva Altadonna. She has dark skin, blonde hair, and is wearing like a full like suit, like pantsuit and everything.
Dope.
And she is the top advisor for you know, like the family. She also dips a bit into like, you know, the guns and weapons and security and all that. But for the most part, she's kind of like the person with the ideas. A kind of a running joke is that the Allfather's so rich he hires motherfuckers to think for him.
Love it.
What's your power? Money.
Laughs in Rich.
And speaking of, the door opens. Everyone goes silent as the Allfather walks inside. He is an older man. Compared to
it's Otis.
It's not Otis.
You
Otis.
said Allfather, that's Odin.
No, an older man, like white hair, full beard, and
eye
like
patch.
No, there is no eye patch.
Zeus had an ego. Oh my god, imagine we were fucking with the king of Olympus.
Yeah, that actually makes perfect sense. I never knew his rep. I'm sorry.
And again, Zeus always changed appearance. He could change.
Well, here's the big thing. So he's got like curly, you know, like white hair, like, you know, bald at the front, but then it like comes down onto his shoulders. He's got this like thick white beard. He's got like a powerful suit, and he's also like, you know, pretty like muscular dude for his age as well. Kinda, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's so rich he can't afford hair follicle restoration.
He's all natural.
And the other thing that's interesting about him is that he has cataracts, and his eyes are pure white.
Oh, imposing.
Yeah. So he walks in. The room is silent as he sits down at the head of the table. You know, the large chair that is, of course, larger than yours.
It is a measuring contest.
It is a measuring contest in this room. And Maximilian Olympus, the Allfather, sits down and goes,
Do any of you have any idea how big this fucking house is? Do we have to keep having our meetings in this room? Whenever I'm finished golfing, I have to walk from one side of this goddamn estate to the other to talk with you all.
He doesn't have a card or assistant. He's like, the Allfather needs no help. Oh, fuck.
Why doesn't man just buy a fucking Segway?
You hear Minerva go, we could always buy a Segway for you, sir, or some golf carts around the state. And you hear Juno go, we don't have time for those kind of expenditures. And you hear Maximilian go, actually, that might not be a bad idea. Okay, I will find room in the budget then. And Juno once again gives she stops giving you a hateful glare long enough to give Minerva a hateful glare.
Where's that used car salesman?
I know a guy.
Oh my god.
You sell the king a fucking bad car? Oh.
Is it a sedan?
It's not a good car.
So Maximilian looks around the table and goes, all right, well, everyone, give me the updates. Juno, my lovely wife, how are things going with the budget? Juno goes, things are going pretty well. We had a recent hit in the budget, however, since we had to move a lot of things recently and also hire a bit more protection recently, and also a few other expenses that seem to keep finding their way into my ledgers. And Maximilian just looks at her and looks at you and then looks back at her and goes, but otherwise you can handle it. And Juno goes, I can, darling. Excellent. Minerva. Minerva!
And she's like, I'll father up right next to you.
he clears his throat in that old man way. Oh, there we go. Minerva.
No one can say shit in that room. No one can say shit.
Minerva immediately takes out a clipboard and goes, yes, in these neighborhoods right here, the trade is going well. We recently had an incursion from another crime family trying to make their way in, but we swiftly took that down. And yeah, everything seems to be going well. There are some new things coming up, but I can bring that up in a later meeting, sir. And Maximilian goes, to the point as ever. I appreciate that. Donnie! And Donnie raises his wine glass and goes, hey man, everything's going great. All right, we got new lineups at all the nightclubs, and we got this new drug coming in. It makes everything look like the color pink. It's pretty nice. And Maximilian turns to him and goes, does it do anything else? And Donnie goes, I mean, if you like bubblegum, I bet it makes that feel a lot better. And
he's like,
Maximilian puts large fingers to his forehead and goes,
I don't understand. Is Maximilian upset that we found a drug that has no adverse effects on your health except for temporarily making the world pink? He's upset that people enjoy a drug that can't kill them.
He's more upset because Donnie.
Maximilian is a man who would very much like all the people under him to be as serious about this as he is. But he's also a man who's been in this game long enough to know that, as long as you have a group of people that are getting the job done, just fucking get it done.
Yeah.
And Donnie Sus, Donnie Sus has been in the game for a while, man. The supply he gets high off of is wine mostly. So
he's an alcoholic.
Yeah. So for drugs people, alcoholic, that's there. It's once you get the drugs people that start getting into the heroin or meth supplies, they went through a couple of those Scarface style. Donnie Sus is the one person who's I have no interest in doing any of that shit, man.
I don't get high off my own supply.
What's the name of the drug?
The drug that makes everything look pink?
Yeah, what's the name?
Bubblegum Pop.
Bubblegum Pop. Oh, sure. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
for later.
I thought you were gonna.
And Maximilian turns toward Simon and goes, and Simon, how are things going? And Simon takes off his sunglasses, and you can see his eyes are closed. So there's no reason for him to have done that. As he goes, everything's good, Allfather. The tides are calm. He stares off after saying that, and Maximilian just looks at him and goes,
what?
Okay, all right. And finally, our guest. Corey. You know I love seeing you around here. You bring such a new life to this place.
My pleasure.
He's saying that. Maximilian's smiling. Juno, like fire in her eyes, just like you can. She has like
Don't hate the play, hate the game, baby.
she has these like sharp red nails, and she is just slowly scratching them against the mahogany.
I know a girl who can fake those nails for you, honey.
Spot is like, what's that sound?
Maximilian turns to you and goes,
So, what have you been up to, my dear Corey?
Yeah, well, so Mom gave me a part-time job in the agricultural department, and I would say business is blooming, if you want to say.
Donnie immediately turns to you and goes, "Whoa, hey, whoa! Do you by agriculture? What do you mean there?"
I meant marijuana.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Like he like.
Dad, he's stealing my shit.
Yeah, Donnie turns to Maximilian and goes, "Hey, all father, the drugs, that's my thing. I mean, I know I focus mostly on like the nightclubs these days and like, you know, what's the hottest talent that we're getting in? Because like, in order to get those drugs, we need to get the people into the nightclubs themselves. But come on, man, you know this is." And all father just slams the table and goes,
Silence! You speak out of turn, Donnie.
I hold the conch.
Donnie sits back down as Maximilian turns to you and goes,
Donnie is correct, though. He is the one that handles our drug trade. If you're wanting to, but it is great. Now you're showing initiative, you're getting into the industry. If you want to get into the agriculture business and selling marijuana, that's fine. You'll report to Donnie. He'll tell you all that you need to do. He'll be in charge. And Donnie turns to you as he's like swirling his wine glasses and goes, "Yeah, I'll be in charge."
Well, I only handle the growing part of the department, Donnie. I don't think I've ever seen you around the plant.
There is.
Who let those fine goons in here?
Get out.
Go
goons somewhere else.
There's some goons at the door that Maximilian immediately moves away.
Those are Donnie's goons.
My bad.
Yeah, you embarrass Donnie in front of his goons, and Donnie just turns to you. The table is quiet. Maximilian's just watching now. Less because like he doesn't know what to say, and more of like
He can't see.
No, he.
He's gassy?
Yeah, no, he can't see.
I said he was gassy. I'm like, quit projecting, Jason. All right.
Whoa. What the
It's your friend Scam Likely is calling us again.
Scam Likely is hitting the
Unprofessional.
Okay, Chris, that sounds more obtrusive than that.
You didn't throat logic over there?
Donnie's holding his wine glass and he turns to you and goes, "Listen, all right. Sometimes I'm not at all the places, and that's fine. Most of the time, I like to hang around the nightclub, make sure that the actual work gets done. But if like you want to be in that room, like growing all the plants, that's fine. We need someone to do that. I can check in on you doing that. You can watch them while I'm not doing that, and you can stay in that room all the time, out of sight, out of mind. What does that say, Devin?
Well, it sounds to me like I might have ruffled your feathers by saying what I do. It also sounds to me like perhaps maybe I'm outgrowing my position and I should be in control of something. I think I've done a good job, Max.
Max smiles and is about to say something, and then like his wife Juno immediately turns and goes, "You get ahead of yourself. You do not deserve anything. If anything, you should be grateful that you're still alive and that you have the room and the food and the protection that we give you."
I'm just saying, I could serve the family better, perhaps in a bigger arena.
As Juno's about to sneer, Minerva goes, "She does have a point. It's She is part of these meetings, and perhaps there is a way that she can be useful to the family without getting into any of the other industries that we're currently working with. And Max turns to her and goes,
Well, do you have any ideas, Minerva?
and Minerva pulls out a clipboard and goes, unfortunately, none of the things I'm looking at require anyone else. And as you know, she looks around the table. You know, you kind of like looking around. You're expecting someone to like speak up and say like, "Oh, I'd be glad to have you, work with me on this." And then another moment as the heads of this crime family look at each other. None of them really volunteer. As Maximilian goes,
Fair enough then. Corey. Donnie has been doing a great job for us with our drug trade. So whatever you have created, talk to him, but I would prefer if you transfer that over to him to look over. If you don't wish to work under him, then you will have to find your own industry that doesn't butt heads with anyone here at the table.
as Juno turns to Maximilian and goes, should we still keep her here? I mean, and then Maximilian just kind of gives her a glare and Juno stops. And Maximilian goes,
Okay, everything else I'll talk with you all individually for the numbers and such. If there's nothing else to say, this meeting is adjourned.
He's like, you hear like all of his bones popping.
He's like, so we can hire an assistant with that kind of money? No.
This man is ancient as everyone leaves.
No one helps him.
He's a proud man. Yeah. He wants to be able to do it himself.
I'm still 400 years old.
Corey.
Yes.
You're leaving the room as everyone else is leaving along with their goons. Mm-hmm. In the hallway, suddenly you hear high heels tapping as Juno comes up to you real quick and goes, my husband has some sort of fascination with you. And while you're here, you do keep those Vidales out of our territory. But I still believe you're more trouble than you're worth.
Me? What trouble would I have to bring?
Truly, what I'm afraid of is that you have nothing to bring to this family.
Oh.
And she walks off. Tap, tap of the high heels.
And you hear it. Oh, nice heels, sweetheart. Get out of here, you fine goon.
There's just one extremely posh goon at the Olympus Banner.
Yes.
I really want to know the hiring process. I'm more interested on that.
Yeah. There is another person that comes up to you, though, in the hall. Mm-hmm. One that stands behind you and says in a very calm voice, there is actually something I might have for you, says Minerva. Minerva turns to you and goes, this is, of course, not official or anything. It's mostly just a lead. But there's been some strange activity going around a construction site within the city. And I think you know what kind of strange activity I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean like...
and a thunderclap goes through the air as Minerva goes, yes. There has been some strange weather patterns over a very specific construction site in the city. One building a new tower. I think it would be worth it to head in there and see what might be causing it. And Minerva's been doing this whole conversation without even looking at you. She's just been like leaning against the wall, like working on something on her clipboard. And as soon as he says that, she also walks off.
Okay, well, Oh, come on, Spot. Looks like
3 roughs.
Why? Why do they care as a crime family about a thunderstorm?
I guess it's a mystery.
Pablo, I don't know if you've noticed. He's trying to lead us to the actual.
I noticed. I just wanted to know why she cares.
It's almost like she's a mysterious woman. With, you're finally killing the coat.
Oh no, I'm just shifting it. Just air out one side.
All right, excuse me for Mystery Science Theatering 3000ing your thing. Carry on.
So with that, Corey, you leave the hallways, the goons, the crime family, and you are alone along with Spot. Mm-hmm. You've just been given a lead. Okay. And what do you do?
So Spot and I'm assuming with so many rooms in the mansion, we can find a place to ourselves. Okay.
So many rooms.
Okay.
Too many rooms.
So I'm gonna. We'll just say we'll go to whatever my room is. So I'm petting the dog.
You know what? Give me some character here. What does your room look like?
Yeah. So for my room, there's gonna be a mixture of like. Think of like you've got a mixture of your regular goth but then also like a pastel like woo kind of personality. There's some like pastel pink flowers, but then everything has like that black like wrought iron kind of accenting to everything. She likes both. It's what drew her to her husband in the first place.
The pink and black loft.
Yes.
Is it like that house over in Pacific Coast Highway where it's like a house painted completely black and right next to it a Barbie house?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Hot Topic.
On Hot Topic, yes. It's the Hot Topic.
There is a lot of pink and black in this room, basically. Okay.
Yes,
Just two color
and everything's very plush.
Is it hot pink?
No, it's like a soft, light, dainty pink, but just like little accents of that, and everything else is like black.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, cool.
No. So she's gonna be. There's a fireplace, like gently, like crackling, but she's gonna be on her little like chaise lounge with her little
pink fluffy pillows, I imagine.
Yeah, it's little tiny little like pink accent. Yeah, fluffy pillows.
Is the dog allowed on the couch?
The dog is allowed on the couch.
Hops right up.
So she's just gonna be having a conversation with Spot since right now Mom is doing whatever she's doing, so she's kind of by herself. Oh, and she has a little champagne flute, little sparkling champagne. Just it's it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Is it champagne or rosé?
Oh, it would be rosé. It would definitely.
It's
be
like
rosé.
10 in the morning.
I got you. What time is it?
It's the morning. Yeah.
Okay, 10 in the morning.
I mean, look, if Father Zeus got his nice golf in to kind of get the day started, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you sit in your pastel goth room on your pink and black couch with the fluffy pillows, your dog next to you, drinking from your champagne, which the thought occurs to you. You need to, control how much you're drinking since this is coming from your allowance. And just that thought of your allowance, what is given to you, that thought of just not having everything. And then you look at your phone and you remember the person who you said that you were going to be calling in an hour. And you also look at your recent contacts and see, quite a few people who could help you with a job. The real question is, though, and this is a very important point in all stories, do you want to take the safe route? Just grow some weed and marijuana, work under Donnie Suss. You'd have a pretty good, pretty set up spot in the crime family. You'd just be working under someone, all that. Or do you go after this lead that could be nothing, could be everything?
Okay. Well, Spot, I think it's time that we.
Just 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Get the ambience real quick. 3, 2.
I really do think we've outgrown where we've been.
This is how it has to be.
Yes.
Yep.
That Donnie just takes advantage of all of the hard work we do, and even Mom doesn't even trust me to control an operation. She gives me a part-time job, gives me an allowance, and I only have one room in a mansion. Oh, when I'm married to another crime lord, obviously he's, well, that family is not playing nice with this one, so I had to make a choice there. But I think I'm missing out on some opportunities, some control over my life, some real independence.
I have one butt, so are you the butt?
I'm the butt. I don't even notice it. I was also the hind legs going like.
Yeah, I saw it.
What part of Cerberus controls what limb is something that we do not need to go down.
But the fans might want it.
Yeah.
We're not that visual.
Oh,
Only one head controls the tail.
Yeah.
That's me.
You gotta wolf for it.
Corey.
No, you're right. You're right. We're completely understaffed. But we're not without help. Perhaps I could call in a few favors.
And as you begin to call in a few favors, walking down a street are two people.
Raining?
No, it's just a gray day. That's actually the weird thing is that it's a cloudy day. There's no rain, but you still occasionally hear thunder every now and then. And sure enough, with after this one last peal of thunder, boom, we go all around the city, and we see Leland and Logan walking down the street. I imagine you guys have got new hot dogs, like the first ones didn't cut it. And then as you found one with ketchup. So
Excellent.
that's, yeah. Leland,
Perfection.
you pull out your phone. Marty, you wave as the man in the suit drives away
off in the Ferrari.
Yeah, drives off in a Ferrari. The Ferrari was actually in the ish section, but you managed to pull it into the other section real quick.
You made him pay the price of a new Ferrari for an ish Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'm a professional, boy.
I don't know how he's driving without that engine, but
No, I love that. That was one thing I was gonna say. It's like it's got a frunk and a trunk, and I'm like, where the fuck is the engine?
Exactly.
wait till you take it into service.
As you watch the man drive off, you're waving, you're putting away your comb, and your smile's about to drop, and it drops halfway before you hear your phone.
We're not gonna take it.
Real quick, Marty.
Yeah.
You see who's calling you, and you have about a half-quirked smile. Does it go into a smile or a frown?
It goes into
Great
a
question.
That's very good.
It goes into a migraine.
Goes into a migraine. I think it does stay in that halfway point of consideration for a moment, and no, I think it goes into a frown. I think it goes into a frown. Wait. No, legit, because he
I know, that's why.
he hates doing the salesman thing. It's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
Which the irony is
Also unnecessary.
the irony is the actual evil, is
more fun.
it makes him feel a little bit more alive. It's a guilty pleasure. So that's why it's an interesting
Dilemma.
Yes, exactly. So Marty Blanc, if you're not here, I'm still working on it, all right?
I was actually like,
Marty Blanc,
yeah.
eating auto dealer.
Across the city, two phones are answered. Corey, what do you say as your men answer the phone?
Boys, it's been a while.
And that is where we're going to end the session.
I wish I had answered the phone better.
Yeah.
So,
If you're not here. Okay, I'm sorry.
We cut in a different answer.
No. Hey, that's why we said you better bring your A game when we film.
That was awesome. I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
we're bringing nothing but our A game. Alrighty, well, we're bringing nothing but our A game, folks, on season 2, and that's clear to see. Thank you all for joining us. Come back next session as we begin the planning of a very strange job. But that's the only jobs you can find in Eden City. Rolling in the mist. That sucked. I could have led into the title better.
Watch this.
That's why I
What? No.
Run back.